Happy New Year! Welcome to the first edition of Inspire and Get Inspired for 2021. Can you believe it? We are almost like 1 week through with the New Year's. It's pretty crazy. So this year I wanted to start by sharing a story about my experience at the float spa. I don't know if you've heard about what a float spa is. So float spa is basically a little tank or a pod that is filled with concentrated amount of salt water so that your body can float, and the water level is like maybe below knee level, and you're supposed to go in there and you're just supposed to relax. It's also called a sensory deprivation tank because you just get disconnected from the entire world. No noise, no cell phones, nothing, right? And it's supposed to help you kind of relax, release tension, ease your muscle pain. People even go there for pain relief. So I'd heard about this I think in 2019, and come 2020 I was trying to figure out what I want to do for our anniversary, and I found a package I found a deal in Groupon. So I thought I'll just buy this for me and my husband, and we went ahead and I purchased it, and we went to the one, it's called Floatology Spa in Tempe. So we reached there, and mind you, I don't know swimming and I have a fear of drowning. So anyway, we go there and the guy shows us around, the place, and then there's like a place where you can take a shower, and everybody has their separate areas, right? So you go in, and through that shower room, there's a little door you open and you enter the pod, and that's where you lie down. And I asked the guy, like, is there any panic button in there? And he just gives me this weirdest look, and he's like, no, there's no panic button. There's no need to. We don't need to have a panic button. And I'm just like, I actually don't know how to swim. And he's like, you don't need to know how to swim. So anyway, I just wear my bathing suit, and then I go in. And initially I just go and I'm just able to float, right? But then I realized it's dark, so I forgot to turn on the light, and I kind of got this fear, kind of fear struck, right? So I try to get up, and I tell you, if there was a camera, it would be the most hilarious scene, like seeing me trying to drown in that that little level of water. And since I don't know swimming, I just didn't know how to get out, from that position. And since you can float, it was pretty hard for me to get up. Anyway, I just splash around, and then I find a handle to the door. So I hold on to it and I get up, and I literally start crying because I'm like really scared. And then I'm thinking, you know what, I'm not going to do this. I am just going to give up. But at that one point, I told myself, hey, you came here to have a new experience. Like, how can you just give up and walk away? And I'm like, nothing's going to happen, right? So why am I scared? So the one thing I did wrong was I went in with that fear, with me, right? Anyway, so it took me about 10 minutes to talk to myself to, get back into the lying position. And what I did was I held on to the door, and then I tried to lie down, and it was really tough because, I was resisting. So basically, when you're trying to float, you're supposed to just flow, right? And I do a lot of meditation, and that's one thing I always tell people, is to let the energy flow. Because when you do that, you are more, you adapt more to that situation. And here I was trying to do that, but I was resisting. And this is what happens to us in life too. That, when you're put into a new situation, if you're afraid, you want to resist to that change, and you want to be held to that comfort zone, right? And the more you do that, the more difficult it gets. And I could feel that, like my hands started hurting, and it was very uncomfortable. So at the end I said, you know what, I need to let go. And at that moment I realized, that's letting go is something that I've been working for a couple of years, because that's one thing, it's very hard for me to let go. Anyway, but I'm like, okay, let's do it. And finally I kind of let go, and I'm now relaxed, and I'm floating better, and I start feeling way better. I start relaxing, and I think I even doze off. So I'm in that state for almost 15 minutes. So this whole experience is about 60-minute experience. So anyway, I doze off, I'm feeling good, and then suddenly I kind of hit my side, my arms on the tub because I'm floating. And then I wake up, and then I realize, oh, I look at the handle and I'm way far away from the handle, and my instinct is to go back to that handle and hold it, right? So once again I start getting afraid, and then I'm like, yep, this is exactly what happens in life. You want to adapt to change, you take certain steps, but then when some trigger happens, and you just want to go back to your comfort zone. So I told myself, no, take your time, just float, you will get there. So it happened. Like, I started floating, and as soon as I got closer to the handle, I just held on to it and I got up. And I think I still had about 10 more minutes to go, but I was like, no, this is it. I can't do more than this. That was quite an experience. So then I got up, showered, and then I sat and I reflected. And this is exactly what happens when we want to change. So one thing is, as human beings, we must have realized by now that change is constant. We see change every minute, every hour, every day. We are changing, we are evolving, we are getting older. So change never stops, right? And I think one of our biggest quality is to adapt to change. That we are like, I think, really, really powerful in that. You throw us into any situation, we adapt pretty well. But there is this process of releasing, letting go, having faith, believing, right? All that kind of thing only comes with practice. So the main reason for me trying to put myself into these uncomfortable situations is just for me to allow myself to keep practicing so that I get better at adapting to change. So I would kind of recommend you guys do that as well. Definitely try out the float spa. If most of you, I know you like to do meditation, and I'm pretty sure most of you know how to swim, so it's not going to be a big deal for you guys. But try it out. It was a good experience. For me, I would say it was a good experience in the sense because I learned a lot about myself and what areas I still lacked and I still need to learn to grow. So hopefully you enjoyed this segment, and if you like what I'm presenting, do subscribe. And I would like to thank everybody that subscribed to my channel. If you have new ideas, if you want to participate in inspiring others, please let me know. And we'll definitely, create some fun activity or show for the audience. All right, thank you. Thanks for watching.